So another one of the gadget outfits, which in my opinion, is the best of all of the 70s gadget portable outfits, is the St. Croix Fishing Machine, made 1976. It's a regular spin cast. It's telescopic, kind of a strange looking reel, metal cover. And one of the things that gets a lot of people's attention is the range finder here. And basically, like if you look up there towards those lily pads, if I wanted to just cast to the edge of those lily pads without getting my lure in there, and I made a particularly good cast where it's right at the edge and I'm anchored with the same distance, after I made my cast, I would flip that rangefinder forward, and a little pin goes up in there, and then when you wind in, your line wraps around the spool and around the pin, but when you cast again, your lure will only go that far and no further. So it's really very much the same as those old ice fishing reels that had the plastic reel and the little pegs, and once you got your lure down to the depth that you wanted to keep fishing, you'd pop one of them pegs in, then you wouldn't have to worry about how deep you were. It's basically the same thing. One thing you don't want to do is pull that out. You know, if you're going to pull that back, cast it to its full extent and then pull it back. Because if you pull it back before you've got all that line off the pin, you're going to have a bunch of loose loops in there, and then you're going to have a backlash. But a 1976 fishing machine. I also did a video on well, I did a video on some of the gadgets. I didn't do a service video on this one. I did the service of this one before I started doing videos, but there are other videos on how to service this out there, including a relatively recent one by Rick Stiver on Young Martin's reels. But I've caught fish on this one before. This is not my first time fishing this. And I've got some decent bass on this. I've been fishing a jelly worm with this one. And in my opinion, this is the best made of the 70s gadget, or even the 80s gadget reels. It's better than the Instant Fisherman or whatever that one's called. It's better than the Pocket. It's more like a real fishing outfit. But we're going to go over in front of some lily pads and see what happens with this 1976 St. Croix Fishing Machine. There's a fish. And there you have it. A largemouth on. Yeah, come out of there. You're getting them in your brachiostegal ridge of your gill here. Little largemouth on the 1976 St. Croix Fishing Machine. I just put new line on this because that worm, when you reel those worms in, they sort of spin and get the line all twisted up. But even with this little Rapala on here, look at this thing cast a country mile. Watch this. Look at that. There ain't nothing wrong with these instant fishing machines. There ain't a thing wrong with this outfit. Using the old Rapala like a hula popper. Worked on him. There's a fish. Little bass. That Rapala's doing good tonight. Got me down in the weeds. I don't even know if he's still there. How did he get me down in the weeds so fast? There he is. Another tiny little largemouth. Oh, that's a nicer fish. That's a nicer fish. Oh boy. I don't think I have my drag set right. Come here. You gonna throw it yet? And I'm gonna get a hook. Oh! Now that's a nicer fish on the fishing machine. I just about got a hook in the thumb on that one. You just get one hook out and then another one gets in. There. Yeah, that's a little nicer fish on the old fishing machine. Handled it just fine. Hopefully you can see that. Need to get a ruler on here. I'm going to let this one go, but I'm going to get a picture of it first.